Hey, God bless you. Listen, I had to come back on tonight because I am not going to be defeated because Jesus is not defeated. I don't know what happened. I did everything the way I normally do it. And somehow, some way, for some reason, YouTube did not air. It said technical difficulties. And it would not record. But that's all right because I'm on here now. I just want to talk to you. And this is one of the things that we'll be doing anyway. And so I chose, instead of not doing anything, chose to just talk to you. Now, I don't know. I'm not going to be that long, but hey, I'm here. I'm here. Tag your neighbor, tag a friend, tell them, say, hey, Teresa Johnson, the Evangelist, is on YouTube. I am your YouTube pastor. Okay. I'm also on Facebook. So tonight, if you missed the word of God, and I talked about the power of knowing. So listen, go over to Facebook and you can hear the word of God. So you won't miss it. You won't miss it. Go to Facebook. And whenever you hear this message, go to Facebook and check it out. Just want to encourage you, okay? Because we're going to sit, we're going to talk. If you want to ask me questions, make comments, hey, I'm here for it. I'm all here for it tonight. I am just loving God. How about you? I do. I love him. I love him. I don't know when you will see this. I don't know if you will see this now. But let me tell you how committed I am, how much I trust God. It's in what you know. That's the word on tonight. Is what you know. I know that God is faithful. I know that I cannot keep searching for God and he don't open the door. No. Ask and ye shall, what is it? Ask and ye shall find. No, it's ask and ye shall receive. Okay? Ask. I know that. If I ask, I'm going to receive. If I seek, I'm going to find. And if I knock, the door is definitely coming open. And so this is the things that you know. And so I know God to be faithful. I have 24 subscribers. I have 24 subscribers. And I'm believing God for 2,000. So I want you, if you are not a subscriber, come on, subscribe to my page and hit that bell so you'll know my things that are events and recordings and tapings and to YouTube that's happening. Okay, I am believing God for 2,000 partners, and I am believing God for 2,000 subscribers. I want you to partner with me. If you're not a partner, I want you to partner with me and help me spread this gospel around the world. The Lord has called us to this place in this season and in this timing for such a time as this. And so what I would like for you to do is become a partner of this gospel. Become a partner of Teresa Johnson's ministries. We believe God. I believe him so until it does not matter to me that what happens, because I trust him. It's in what I know. It is in what I know. I know him to be faithful. I know him to be faithful. He is a faithful God. And so we're getting ready to come up on that great, beautiful Thanksgiving, Christmas season, New Year's, and all of the above and some. And so during this season is where the enemy will try to use depression. He try to use discouragement, emptiness, loneliness, what you don't have, what you wish you could have. He tried to, but you got to come to a place that you're just happy. Why? Because we got Jesus. When we have Jesus, we got everything. It's according to what we know. Okay? It is according to what we know. When we learn the principles, when we start learning and knowing the principles of God, then listen, you can work the scriptures. Come on now. You can work the word. Okay? When you begin, it's what you know. It is what you know. If you know that if you give, then you're going to reap. Come on now, what? That's a no. That is a KNOW. That is what I know. If I give, I shall receive. Okay. Uh, if I sow, I'm gonna reap. And whatever I sow, here is the kicker. Here is the key. What a man soweth, that's what he's gonna reap. If he sow plentifully, hey, he's gonna reap plentifully. If he's so stingy, hey, you're gonna reap just what you sow. How you do it is how it's coming back. And so it's what we know. And so we want to see the scriptures come alive. Come on now, don't you? That's what I want. I want to see the scriptures. I want to see God in the scriptures. Come on now. I want to see God in the scriptures. And so I want to encourage you to know that he's God. Learn that he's God. Eat that word. Drink that word. Meditate on that word. For it's what you know. And so I know that I have 24 subscribers, but that's not what I know. Okay? It's a fact that I have 24 subscribers. It's a fact, but it's not what I know. He's going to give me what exceedingly. Come on now. He's going to give me abundantly, above all that I could ask or think. And so I want to encourage you, share this, comment, tell me, you want to talk with me and tell me what it is you're going through. Now, I am just going to, out the blue, talk to you tonight. And I'm on. Now listen, there was a morning in my life, okay? There was a morning in my life when my pastor, let's go there. My pastor, we will have a revival, and he prophesied to me, to my son. He went up for prayer, prophesied to this particular son, because he prophesied to everybody in the house. And he said, he told my son, he said, listen, now the Lord says, I'm getting ready to come get you. And your time is up. And I remember looking and on this, and my baby looked at me and I looked at him. I'm like, this can't be. There's no way. There's just no way God is telling me. He getting ready to take my baby boy. He just had a birthday, February the 4th. He just had a birthday. And so look at me. Some part of me said, should I run down and go to his feet and start crying out to God and saying, God, mercy, God, no? I said, I'll talk with him later because I don't know what that means. But he said to him, to the whole church, that except I extend your days, your time is up. And I'm like, what is that? What does it mean your time is up? And so my baby looked at me and I looked at him. And I'm like saying to myself, we'll talk about it. Because I know my pastor, he's 100 when the Lord says something. So I just don't, that can't be, surely that can't be what he's saying. And I'm going to talk to him later to myself. That's what I'm saying. Then my pastor prayed for me that night. And I'm like, okay. And I was caught up in the spirit. And I said, okay. So we're leaving. We're going home. And so many things are happening. And it pulled my attention away from what was said. And I was intending to ask Pastor, what did he mean? And what was God saying? And so I'm like, okay. And it's like I thought about it and unthought. So that night, my pastor had said to my son, he says, get the word and read it. Get the word and read it. And the Lord's going to do something in your heart. It's going to do something for you. And so Trevor passed by me that night, and I said, Trevor, did you hear the man of God tell you to read this Bible? Just that came. So I gave him the Bible. I said, you take this Bible and read it. And I gave it to him. And he took it. He just looked at me. And the way he looked at me was, don't, Mama, don't start, don't say nothing, don't ask me that. So I said, okay, I'll let it go for the night. And a couple of days later, a few days later, he said, we was talking, and I asked him, I said, Trevor, I don't know how, I said, Trevor, when we don't have and things, I mean, you don't have what you want, and I don't have it to get it to you. And I said, I don't know how you do it, man. I said, but from this day forward, I'm going to be like you. I said, because you never let it bother you. He said, Mama, why should I? He said, if God don't do it, then it can't be done. And he said, why should I be upset? God knows what I need. And he said, it's good. However God does it, it's all right. He says, I don't have no complaints. I don't spend my time on what I don't have. I don't spend my time worried about what I don't have. I don't have it, I just don't have it. I said, boy, that's the way you're supposed to be. You're supposed to, I said, I'm going to be like you, Trevor. That's what I said to him. I said, Trevor, I'm going to be like you. And so he said, yeah, Mama. He said, because look, if God says he's going to kill me, I'm not finna sit here trying to figure out how he going to kill me. Because he going to kill me, he going to kill me. I ain't finna worry. I'm going to live my life till he kill me. And I looked at him, and I thought about what Pastor had said. And I said, Trevor, why would you say that? Why would you? He said, Mama, because I can't do nothing about it. If God says he's going to take me, he's going to take me. I can't stop him from taking me because he's God. He's going to do what he want to do. And I remember hearing the words from him, and I just looked at him, and he didn't want to talk no more. And so he went on and played ball and whatever he had to do. Now, this was May, I think the 12th. Come May the 23rd, one Saturday morning. The Saturday before that, I was sitting, I was cooking breakfast. And so Trevor came, he said, Mama, I thought I wasn't going to make it last night. And I said to myself, what does he mean? What? I said to him, and I got real upset. I said, what you mean you thought you weren't going to make it? Why you didn't come to me? Come tell me something. And he said, what you get so upset for? I'm here. I'm all right. I'm still alive. And I got so upset and instantly came back to me what Pastor said. And we had went to go get some death insurance because my husband had just lost his job and everything was chaotic, and it was oh man, it was off. And I think 2014 financially was the hardest year that we ever saw. I'm talking about the entire year we struggled. Never had such a struggle like that. But we struggled that entire year. And so I remember by him not having a job, changing job, and we didn't have any burial. We didn't have any insurance. And so I told my daughter, she went to go get insurance for her kids. I said, get Trevor something. So she went to get the insurance. And she was getting ready to get Trevor, but she didn't have Trevor with them. And so the insurance company said, listen, he's healthy. He's 18. He's going to be fine whenever you come back. And so he has to come with you in order. He has to okay for you to get it. And so I remember telling my daughter, make sure you go back and get it. And this was within so many. When that Saturday, when he said to me, I thought I was going to be gone, I automatically thought, go get the insurance. And my other side of me said, no, if I get the insurance, that means I acknowledge that this is true and that I accept this. That I'm gonna let him die. And no, that's not what I'm gonna do. And so I thought about the insurance, but I didn't get it because I didn't, in my brain, I didn't want to admit that you leaving me. No, that just can't be it. It's just absolutely no way. And so, and it was several things that took place. I was out selling fish dinners for the church that I was at, and I was selling fish dinners for our church, and with the church, these two ladies walked up and gave us cards for the graveyard to get a grave. And I was intending to do it, but I was, just, that was like March when that happened. And I thought it was very strange for somebody to walk up and talk about death, and we trying to sell fish. But what I did not know, I kept telling Tina I need to get insurance on death insurance for some reason. I just stayed with me to get death insurance for Trevor and my baby Tro. Those two, because the rest of them grown, they get their own. But what I did not know, that God was sending me warnings, but I didn't listen. I'm telling you, God does not leave us in a detrimental place. It's because we don't hear him and we won't receive him. Okay, so anyway, come the 23rd, I thought to myself, he always makes me coffee. My Trevor always makes me coffee. So I thought, I'm going to let him sleep in a little bit. Then I'm going to let him get me some coffee because his daddy was getting ready to go to work 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock. And I'm like, I ain't going to wake him up that early. I'll let him sleep in, then I get him to get me some coffee. And so about 9 or 10, I told my granddaughter, I said, go tell Trevor to come here. And so she said, Grandmama, Trevor won't get up. He acting like he don't hear me. He won't get up. So, then I hear my son hit the wall. And I'm like, oh God, I know this ain't what happened. I know my baby is not gone. So I hear screaming. And I'm like, God Almighty. I could barely walk down the hallway because I knew what was happening. We go in there and he's gone. He's cold. He's already stiffened up. I still say, call 911, call the ambulance. But I knew he was gone. So we go through this and he's gone. Now, this was graduation day. When he was in the 9th grade, I think in the 8th grade, he stayed back because he wouldn't do his work. So he stayed back in the 8th grade. And some kind of way they put him in the 8th grade in a school where you could catch up and get to your right grade. And for some reason, he said to me, he said, Mama, I'm not going to go to the 9th grade. I don't want to go to the 10th grade. I want to go through the 9th grade. And so I said, okay, Trevor, it was all right with me because I'm a mom that love my kids could stay around my feet until I die, they die. Hey, I'm good. I love my kids. And them being with me just makes my day. And so I was saying to myself, it's all right with me because that's another year you'll be at home and won't be going off to college. You'll be at the house. So I'm good. That's what I'm saying to myself. Well, he met a great friend and great friends on the basketball team. And shout out to you guys. Before the day before I think it was that Wednesday or that Thursday, he was talking to me, and he told me about all his friends. He named them Tron. Um, I look, don't let me start naming because I cannot remember all the names. They're gonna be upset with me. But they was and Tron, him and Tron was like twins, and he would when I go to the basketball game, he would say to me, um, "Mama, that's my buddy there." You know, he would tell me about him and his mom, Woody. He would tell me about your baby. He would tell me about Woody. At that time, I didn't know Woody, and so he would just name all of them and talk about everybody. And I was sitting there in amazement. And I had uh, asked him to cook me a burger, so he cooked it, but it was the nastiest burger. He didn't feel like cooking. And normally, when he don't feel like cooking, he'll say, "Mama, listen, now I can fix it because you asked me, but I'm gonna tell you right now, they gonna be good because I don't feel like it. Right, I don't feel like cooking." And but this time he cooked it, and I guess he didn't feel like, oh, it didn't taste good at all. And Trevor was an excellent cook. Um, and so he told me about his friends. And when he died, all of them came to the house and introduced themselves. And I was like, wow, my baby just told me about all these guys. And I remember we went to, when they get ready to graduate to the basketball game, they, do a inner mediation. They do the graduates that's uh, part of the team that's getting ready to graduate, and they introduce the graduates with their family. There was this family that walked across, and they called the son name out, and and I looked at Trevor. I said, "Trevor, that's hard." I said, "I don't know. I thank God I don't have to do that. That I thank God that's not me. I don't know if I could do that." Not knowing the next year, that is exactly what I would do. And so my baby, 18, went home to be with the Lord, just like my pastor told me. And I thank God for my pastor, Pastor Timothy R. Cole, and his wife, Lady Betty Cole. They prayed for us and they prayed us through. And Pastor and First Lady, they walked us through my son's death. There's just absolutely no way I would have been sane. There's just absolutely no way. Not one of my. You could do a lot of things, but not one of my children. Uh, but by the grace of God, we made it through. And now, even after that, um, here comes my pastor, who left here out of the blue. But he knew he was leaving, but he didn't let us know he was leaving. And so the pastor who walked me through the death of my son, now he's gone. And so that is how I become pastor of Rehoboth International Ministries. And so, but I'm telling you that it takes God. This season that we're coming in, you got to get in God. You got to get in God. You got to get where He gives you strength. He gives you grace. I have grace to know that Trevor is all right. I have grace to know that Pastor is all right. They made it to the end. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. It's where we spend eternity. Now, I am, they say you're going to be rewarded for what you do on earth, in heaven, depending on, what you do on earth, that you have in heaven. And, I'm like, Lord, I want my mansion, I want all of that. But I'm going to tell you the truth. They can lay me on the grass so long as I get to heaven and I don't go to hell. Not that I don't want the things of God, I do, but I'm just saying, y'all, I can sleep on the grass. just long as I make it in. So I just want to encourage you during this season. There are some detrimental things that happen to us, and things that, man, life can hit you with some blows. My cousin Ruth Johnson, before she went home to be with the Lord, she used to say, life has some curves, baby, but you just got to lean in with it and trust God all the way. Just lean in with the curve. And so tonight I talked about, you can go to Facebook and look at it. I talked about the power of knowing. You got to know that I don't care what it is. I don't care how bad it is. I don't care how awful it is. He loves you and he wants you to be saved. Yes, he does. He loves you. Even through your pain. Yeah, do I cry at times? Yeah. Yeah, sometimes that thing hit me like it just happened. But I try to always keep myself in the secret place, because that's what's going to help us. What's going to help us through this pandemic is the secret place. What's going to help us through our pain, through our sorrow, is the secret place. For he that abideth under the shadow of the Almighty, he that dwelleth in the secret place, the Lord shall keep him. The Lord shall preserve him. And so I love the Lord. I'm telling you, I feel a release in my spirit. I feel like, okay, this is it. Want you to trust God. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what happened. Trust him. Trust him even in the midst of confusion. Keep your mind settled. Keep your heart settled. Keep your spirit settled. Stay in the know and know that he's God. Listen, I love you, and I'll talk to you later.